Hey, I'm Tim. So here's the thing. I was skeptical about portable monitors. They always feel like a compromise, right? You don't want to buy one that looks great in photos but tanks when you actually need to work on it. That's real money wasted. I tested 5 of these across connectivity, screen quality, portability, and actual work scenarios. Emails, spreadsheets, video calls, even some gaming. And I gotta say, one of these completely exceeded my expectations in a way I did not see coming. Let's dive in. If you haven't subscribed to Tim's Top 5 yet, hit that button now. We test everything before we rank it. Unboxing this, I had hope because of the price tag. It's the cheapest in this lineup. But here's what I discovered pretty fast. You get what you pay for, and sometimes less. The WGK is 15.6 inches with 1080p resolution, dual Type-C ports, 1 mini HDMI, and it claims to have a built-in stand. Sounds solid on paper. I connected it to my MacBook using USB-C fast. No driver needed. Then I opened up a spreadsheet, and immediately I noticed the colors were washed out compared to what I'd expect. The brightness dipped when I moved my viewing angle even slightly, and this is an IPS screen, which is supposed to give you wide angles. I tried it for gaming on my PS5. The response felt sluggish. Input lag was noticeable. The built-in stand worked, but it felt flimsy, like it was barely holding the weight. I stress tested it by propping it at different angles on an uneven desk, and it wobbled. Real flaw. The power delivery is inconsistent. I had to connect an external power source to stop the screen from flickering. That defeats the plug-and-play promise. The WGK feels like a monitor that works until it doesn't. Like a phone charger you find at a gas station that works twice, then acts up forever. Skip it unless you're purely looking for a second screen in a controlled office setting. And that's when I realized the one I really needed was still coming up, priced at $39.99. I opened the InnoView box expecting something basic, and to be fair, it delivered basics well. 15.6 inches, 1920 by 1080 on an IPS panel, 2 full-function USB-C ports, 1 HDMI, protective PU leather case included. Setup was instant. No drivers, no software, just plug the USB-C and go. I connected it to my laptop, and immediately the screen came alive. The image quality surprised me. Colors were punchy, blacks were deep, viewing angles actually held up when I tilted the monitor side to side. I took it to a coffee shop and used it for 2 hours of Zoom calls. Picture clarity was solid. Audio through the built-in speaker was tinny, but functional for background meetings. Then I tested real work, coding in VS Code, then switched to watching a video. The refresh rate held steady. But here's the real limitation. The protective case is nice, but it's also bulky. If you're backpacking or working from tight airplane seat, it adds real heft. And I discovered a thermal issue. After about 2 hours of continuous use, the back panel got warm to touch. Not hot enough to damage anything, but warm enough that I was aware of it. It doesn't have active cooling. The real strength? Compatibility is bulletproof. HDMI, dual USB-C, works with literally everything I threw at it. But the InnoView is like a reliable Honda Civic. It does everything you need, and nothing surprises you, which means nothing excites you either. Then I found this gem that changed the game, priced at $49.99. The KYY showed up in a minimalist box. My first thought, this looks deceptively premium for the price point. It's slimmer than the others, 0.3 inches thick, weighs 1.7 pounds. That matters when you're carrying it every day. The screen is 15.6 inches, 1080p IPS with a 178-degree viewing angle. It has 2 full-function USB-C ports and a mini HDMI, which gives you flexibility I appreciated. I plugged it into my laptop using USB-C and immediately noticed the image was sharper than the InnoView. Contrast felt tighter. I ran my color test again. Grays didn't shift when I moved my head. The IPS coating actually worked here. Then I tested the smart cover. This is where KYY does something smart. The cover doubles as a stand, and it has multiple angles built in. I used it at 45 degrees for video calls, then flipped it to 60 degrees for spreadsheet work. The flexibility was genuinely useful. I took it on a 3-day work trip. In meetings, in cafes, in hotel rooms, the thin profile made it pack flat against my laptop. Real strength, the mini HDMI connector. Sounds random, but I have older devices that don't have USB-C, and this KYY was the only one that worked with them without adapters. Real flaw, the smart cover scratches if you're not careful. After 2 weeks of regular use, I noticed micro scratches on the corners. It's cosmetic, but it bothered me because the cover should protect itself, right? The KYY is like a Swiss Army knife. Compact, versatile, does 15 things okay. But here's the thing. If you want to join Tim's Top 5 members, you get early access to next week's full tech ranking before anyone else. Plus, you vote on what we test next month. And trust me, this next one changes everything. then it clicked. Priced at $69.99. The MNN arrived and immediately felt like it meant business. Same 15.6-inch size, 1920 by 1080 resolution, glossy IPS screen. But something about the build felt more solid. 2 full-function USB-C ports, no HDMI, which is interesting because it forces you to use USB-C or USB-C to HDMI adapters. Setup was seamless, one cable. Plug and play. The glossy screen is the key differentiator here. Normally I'd expect glossy screens to be reflective garbage, but MNN's glossy finish actually enhanced color saturation. When I pulled up a presentation deck with photos, the images popped. Reds were vibrant. Blacks had density. I tested it in multiple display modes: copy mode, extended mode, portrait mode. The switching was instant. No lag. Then I pushed it into gaming mode. I connected my PS5 and ran some 60Hz test footage. The refresh rate stayed locked. No stuttering. No screen tearing. For 3 hours of continuous work, the monitor stayed cool. No thermal issues. I ran a drop test simulation. I let it fall from desk height onto a padded surface. The screen survived. The case took the impact. Real strength. The HDR support actually works. Colors in HDR content look dimensional in a way the others didn't. Real flaw. That glossy finish that makes colors pop also picks up every fingerprint. If you're traveling and touching the screen to point things out, you're going to need a microfiber cloth constantly. And the portrait mode, while cool, makes the stand less stable. You're tilting a tall rectangle on a small footprint. The MNN is like a race car, tuned for performance. Incredible on the track, but you're constantly babying the details. Then I realized something profound. Priced at $49.99. This InnoView showed up and I thought I was getting a repeat of the earlier InnoView. But nope, this version has an integrated 90-degree adjustable stand built into the back panel. That changes everything. Same 15.6-inch screen, 1080p IPS panel, but here's the genius. The stand doesn't add bulk in your bag because it's part of the monitor itself. I opened it up at my desk and adjusted it to the perfect angle in seconds. No separate case stand, no wobble. The 2 full-function USB-C ports and standard HDMI gave me the connectivity I needed. I connected it to my MacBook using a single USB-C cable, and power delivery worked flawlessly. No flickering, no restarts. I left it running for 6 hours straight, completely stable. Then I took it to 3 different work locations: coffee shop, co-working space, airport lounge. In every location, the 90-degree stand adjustment meant I could position it at eye level without hunching. The viewing angles were wide. I sat at oblique angles, and the colors stayed true. I tested spreadsheets, video calls, design work in Figma. Everything rendered cleanly. The built-in 90-degree stand is the real innovation here. I tested extreme angles. Flat for travel, 45 degrees for standing desk work, 90 degrees for lap use. Every position, lock solid. Real strength. The stand design eliminates the biggest pain point of portable monitors, needing a separate case stand that creates dead weight in your backpack. Real flaw. Because the stand is part of the monitor body, you're married to this one stand design. Can't swap it out for something custom. But honestly, that's a trade-off worth making. The InnoView earned the top spot because it solves the actual problem. It's not a monitor that needs accessories to work right. It's a monitor that's complete out of the box. It's like the difference between a decent tent that needs 3 separate stakes to stay upright versus a tent with integrated stabilizers that just works. And that's the portable monitor that earned the top spot. No contest. Priced at $59.98. That's the portable monitor that earned the top spot. No contest. All the links are below in the description, every single one. Like this video, subscribe to Tim's Top 5, and let me know which one you'd pick in the comments.